Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. First of all, I want to thank Bold and the Beautiful because I personally think that they played that sexy saxophone music because I've been making such a huge deal out of it because I just found it just funny and hilarious. And I did die laughing when they played that towards the end. Oh, that was hilarious. That was good. That was good. And I personally do think that they played it. So thank you, Paul and the Beautiful. Remember a couple of ways back when I said that Brooke Logan was pathetic? I got a bit of heat. I think somebody got upset with me. I had a good laugh, but so once again, I have to sit there and say that Brooke Logan is pathetic. But she's not pathetic for the reasons that other people would think that she's pathetic for. Those reasons being her sleeping around with different men. I have a huge disdain for slut shaming. Because let's just be honest, if I was to sit there and do the exact, here's the thing, I can sit there and sleep with as many women as I want. And I will nowhere near be called the same amount of nasty, disgusting comments that Brooke will be called. So I find that to be just disgusting when people do that. But that's not the reason why I'm calling Brooke pathetic. I'm calling Brooke pathetic because somewhere in this wacky world that we've come to know for about 35 something years, after what Rich just said to Brooke Logan's daughter in front of her face, you remember that comment, right? Let's see, how did it go? Something along the lines of Hope is a nasty little bitch. Right in front of her face. She had the audacity at some point of this episode to sit there and say, I still want to support you. You want to what? You wanna support the man who just said something so disgusting and so vile to your little girl. Are you out of your goddamn mind? I can tell you right now that any woman that's not there watching this video, I know that there is no way in hell that you would allow a man in your life to sit there and call your daughter that, biologically or not. So I don't understand how this idiot decided, I want to support you anyway, but you can't sit there and blame my daughter. Well, he didn't just blame your daughter. He practically said something so vile and disgusting that even I had trouble sitting there repeating it. Now, of course, Eric is like, this is my company, now I built it from the ground up, and da 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 da. I'm pretty sure Stephanie Forrester has something to do with your company. But yet this man is sitting there acting like he did it all by himself. It's not what I heard. But he's mad, he's in his feelings, he's just completely and utterly wrong. You know, Rich said what he said, and he actually said, during that initial confrontation, then he's like, I'm going to take the company back, you lost everything, he's just reading it. Then he says, I'm out of here. Brooke, let's go. I sat there, was like, and you just going to sit there and walk out with this man? I feel like if I think about that scene too long, I'm going to get a nosebleed. Okay. The scenes with Will, Electra, and Zendaya didn't really go anywhere. It's been like 2 days, and I'm just analyzing, trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening in the company, and Hope. And that doesn't really go anywhere. until Remy's creepy ass actually shows up. Now Remy is with Deacon, and Remy's starting to ask some questions like, "Oh, so Hope is your daughter, and Will, and this, that, and the third." And Deacon's like, "Why isn't you trying to get a map of my daughter's family tree for her?" And he's like, "Oh, I want to take a break because I want to sit there and do a special delivery." Deacon's like, "Okay, cool." Forrester Creations did not actually call for a peace order. This is just Remy and his creepy ass. So he comes over there. He starts talking to, well, he waits apparently until Will and then they leave because they want to sit there and see what's going on. He comes in there. He's like, "Hey, listen, you got a pizza?" And Alexa's like, "Oh, that's really thoughtful." I don't remember actually ordering a pizza. And, you have just been starting to work there and maybe you probably shouldn't be doing that. But thank you, right? And then he's like, you know, New York was our dream. You know, let's get out of LA and its fakeness and its nonsense. Let's just go. Electra's like, yeah, I can't just leave. Like, no. And at some point, Electra's like, me and you are friends. And he's like, no, we're more than just friends. We're beyond just friends. What? 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 Yo, bro, what's going on with you? And she pretty much like, we're not friends like that. We're not, we're just friends. We're not, you know. Will comes in there. Will's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Because he can sit there and see. Anybody could clearly see that Electra looks as uncomfortable as F at this point. And so he's just like, what are you doing here? Remy just has that shocked look in his face, like, it's kind of like shocking and somewhat confrontational and whatever. Steffi comes in there with Carter and Hope, and she reams him out and everything, and she's all like, you shouldn't have did this. I don't even know who you are. You used to be a man of integrity. Now you're doing this just for Hope. So they go back and forth, and there's one point where as Steffi's walking out, she like shoulder bumps Hope. I'm telling you right now, if Hope would have sat there and whooped Steffi's ass, I would have kept that episode on my DVR forever. Or at least until the DVR was like, nope, we can't do this. We can't hold it any longer. But I would have held on to it as long as possible. Of course, he talked after that, and she thanks him for being a man of integrity, and da 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 da. Listen, there was some stuff that Steffi said was right. Let's just be honest. She wasn't just angry and stuff. There was some stuff she said that was valid. And then they'd start playing the saxophone music, and then I laughed, and I was like, I kind of forgot what B&B was about. My favorite soap opera comedy. Yeah. Well, I gotta sit there and say, three of them was good so far. Dave's actually kept me entertained for the most part. Y&R did their job like usual. I give them credit for that. And B&B did their thing. In a wacky sort of way, of course, but they did their thing. Now, just if GH could sit there and bring it home. I guess we'll sit there and find out in about 2 minutes. Anyway, I feel like that's much I got. I might have some stuff here or there. Write in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Come to the live stream tonight. We'll sit there and talk about it. All of it. Should be a fun time. It's always a fun time. And we'll talk about the other shows too. Days and Y&R and Victor and the fact that he's an 80-year-old man that's still acts like an immature, petty, vindictive little boy. Like, bro, you're too old for this. Like, you're literally too old for this. Listen, I'm sure their rivalry was great from the clips that I saw. I'm like, bro, what? Let me just stop talking because I feel that I'm going to sit there and say some stuff that is just going to be straight up mean. So, even though I am a dick, still. Anyway, write in the comment section below. Or hopefully I'll sit down and see you tonight, or both.